Today, I'm going to go over the current state of the market after yesterday's market crash, as well as an investment that just made me millions, and how I'm looking to invest here in the future. So for those of you who may not know, we recently just got a free Haaland and a free Bellingham, as well as two 91 rated universal rank up tokens. And that has caused absolute mayhem in the market because everybody started selling off their strikers, their attackers, their midfielders, and then it turned into every player that they had on their team. People started to panic because they were worried that all their cards were going to go down in value, and ironically, because of the panic selling, they all did. So we saw a huge drop off in 87 to about 89 rated cards. I mean, a great example here is Patrice Vieira. He was at 10.3. He actually hit up to 11 million coins, and now 2 days after all of this stuff has come down, he's at 5.5 million coins. Now, he's a card that I actually invested in. Luckily, I sold off my copies around the 8 million coin mark, so I got my coins back to a degree. But someone like a Vieira was sold off because the Bellingham came out. And that goes for a lot of these 87 to 89 rated center mids. We have Seedorf here, who completely fell off a cliff. Even the main man Hullet has seen a slowdown in price, but midfielders across the board have seen a huge drop off, more specifically though center mids. For example, Steven Gerrard, he's way down. De Jong, he's down. Even the 92 Bellingham, he's down as well. All of these cards are considerably down, and I expect them to be down for the next maybe day or two. They might come back up in value, but Bellingham is a card that will likely replace all of these guys, so it's hard to say which one of these guys is now actually worth their value. We also saw the strikers absolutely drop off because of the new Haaland, even though he's not better than any of these strikers. We saw Ronaldo go all the way down to 39 million coins, and now he's all the way back up to 47. I bought an extra copy at 43 because I know he's undervalued. I'm curious to see if he goes up to 50. I think he will, and I think there's now actually a chance that he goes past 50. Because if people are using Haaland as a striker, it means they were able to sell off a different striker, and now they have more coins. More coins means that these high-rated meta players should be going up even further. Now, that's complete speculation. We'll have to see when we get there, but I think there's a chance for that. Of course, the 94 rated version of Haaland also dropped off 63 million down to about 40 million in a day or two. But as I said, it bled over to a ton of different cards. Samuel Eto'o got down to, I think, the low 20s after being 36, and probably the most jarring one to see was Puskás, who went down to about 13 or 12 million coins. He's considerably better than the Haaland and one of the best strikers in the game, and so for him to go from 25 down to 12 is crazy. Now, although a lot of these guys have crashed, what we're actually starting to see now is that the players that are good are being bought back up. So Puskás was a great example. He was down to like 12, 13. Now he's working his way back up to 14 million. As I showed before, R9 was down to 40. Now he's back up to 45. And even someone like the 89 Pele that a lot of people like to buy and use in their team, he dropped off a ton, and now he's working his way back up to 11 million. So it's definitely going to take some time to see the price recover on a lot of these players. I don't think we're going to have anything come out in the next few days that would really shift the market. And so I've invested in a handful of different cards because I think all these guys are undervalued, and assuming we don't have anything else, like any more free gift packages or anything else crazy come out in the next few days, I think a lot of these guys can rebound fairly well. I mean, we have to keep in mind that the best time to buy in a market is actually when it crashes. We have to first make sure that we're not buying right when it's about to go down even further, but when the market crashes, when people are panic selling, that's the best time to buy. Because eventually everybody's got to buy back their team, buy back better players, and so the prices will go back up for the good players in the game. Or in this case, the players that weren't replaced. A lot of the center mids, although they're good, were likely replaced by Bellingham, so it's hard to say whether their prices will go back up. But for the meta strikers, almost no one was replaced by the 90 rated Haaland, so they should all be going right back up. Now, of course, that was the strikers and the center mids, but if we look over here, a lot of these other positions weren't affected that much. Thierry Henry's working his way up to 20 million coins. Even Neymar is perfectly fine at 33 million, and especially the defenders were fine during this crash because they shouldn't have been affected by the players that were given out. Maldini's at 33, 34 million. Vincent Kompany has worked his way up to 90 million, which is pretty crazy. And big man Virgil is up to 33. So defenders were fine, but another position that took a huge hit was CDM. And at first I didn't know why, but someone pointed out in the comments that people were actually using the 91 Mascherano as their CDM. Now, if you guys don't know, this Mascherano is actually a universal rank up token. You could use him to rank up a 90 to 99 rated player. So I was only thinking about him as being a universal rank up token, because if you look at his stats aren't even good. They're actually pretty bad. So maybe when people realize what these tokens are used for, or they just decide to stop using them as a CDM, that's probably going to be the time when we see all of these CDMs go back up in price. So a great example was Mateus. He went up to 17 million and he dropped down to as low as 9.5, which is crazy. He's the best center defensive mid in the game, in my opinion, aside from his 93 rated version. So I think him around the 10 million coin price is a great buy. But the other thing to keep in mind is the new milestones updated rewards allow you to pack Mateus. So who knows if his price is really going to rebound or rebound much. But I do think for 10 million coins, he's very, very undervalued. The other CDM was Ramirez, who dropped down to 2.5 million coins. I bought a bunch of mine at 5. He's now worked his way back up to 3 because he's a great card in game. So thank you to the person who pointed that out, but that is why the CDMs probably crashed in price. And the final card I want to talk about when it comes to the crash is Bellingham. Because he got a 90 rated card that came out for free, his card here went down to 30 million, which is crazy. Now I do understand it to a degree because his 90 rated card plays similarly to his 93 rated center attacking mid. But this card ranked up can turn into a striker, and he's a live card, meaning that if Real Madrid do well in the Champions League, he will get overall upgrades. Whereas the 90 rated version is not a live card. So this might be a good time to pick him up. I'm personally going to wait for him because I don't know how exactly he's going to rebound. And I say that because although I think 30 million for his card is undervalued, because people can only have one Bellingham in their team, people might be choosing to save 30 million coins and just use his free 90 rated CM, and then go and find another center attacking mid for cheaper. So for now, I have a feeling he won't be a great investment, but I can't tell the future, who knows. So with that being said, to summarize the current market update, strikers, center mids, and CDMs have all taken a huge hit, whereas the rest of the cards are doing relatively okay. But I do think the strikers, more specifically, will have a decent rebound over the next couple days, because I do think people will have to buy them back for their teams, considering the 90 rated Haaland is not ideal. So with that being said, I think if everything stays stable for the next few days, we're going to see a great market rebound, and I'm personally investing for that. So with that being said, I actually sold off all my Kyle Walkers for 6.27 million coins the other day. I bought all my copies at 5, so that was some great profit, but now he's working his way up to 7 million, which is incredible. Before the Bellingham came out, I sold off my last copy at 42.5. I took a few million coin hit on him, but at least it wasn't a 10 to 15 million coin hit. You can see here, 80 rated Guendouzi is a player that I just invested into yesterday. If you guys don't know, if we go over to exchanges, and this money method or this coin method is by far one of the best still. The new Koundé exchange came out, and in it you needed an 80 plus rated French player. So right when the exchange came out at reset, I went over and I bought 100 copies of Guendouzi at 165,000 coins, and I sold them all this morning for 235,000 coins, meaning I made about a 4.5 million coin profit. Now he might go even further, but I want to take my profits right now and move on. 4.5 million coins, that essentially recoups all the coins that I lost in this market crash. And so with these new coins, I did buy a new Mateus for 9.6. I wish I bought more copies of him at 9.5, but I'll take one copy for now. And I bought 2 Puskas for 14.5. I think he's a 20 million coin striker, so hopefully he gets back up to that price. But that's what I'm currently doing. Now I gotta say, if you guys are looking to make as many coins as possible, I do think that investing in a market crash is one way to do it. But right now, what I think is the safest way to invest is buying the cards for the exchanges. They almost always move the way you would expect. When a new exchange comes out that's good, because Koundé was good, Guendouzi and other French 80 rated players went up a lot in value. So if you want to make some really easy coins each day, come into the game, check which exchanges come out, and see if they're good. If they're good, invest in the players' need for them. For example, Morata was one that I left because, I mean, his card's decent, but a lot of people have better strikers than him. Whereas for Koundé, which is he's in a position that not many people have sorted out. 85 pace, 85 defending, 82 physical. That's a great card. I knew the cards needed for his exchange would go up in value. So keep that in mind. That's, in my opinion, the easiest way to make coins right now. I hope you guys are doing okay in the current market crash and you guys haven't lost too many coins. And now with the market the way it is, we have the opportunity to make millions of coins over the next few days if it stays stable. So good luck with your investing. Let me know how you guys are doing in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.